This press meet to talk about GST. But before I get into the details of GST, I think it's important to understand the economic situation we are in. आप सबने देखा होगा in Q2 this financial year, which is July, August, September, the GDP growth rate has fallen to 5.4%. RBI itself had said 6.6%. And to try and explain to you how important this is or how big it is. It's like your class topper suddenly failing in the exam. That 1.2% is that much of a difference. Every sector has gone down. Every sector has slowed down. Industries, consumption, and every sector across the board. So the whole country is wondering what's happened. Have we gone back to pre-liberalization growth? What is going on? 6 months ago itself, there were signs of this. If you remember Colgate, Nestle, चाहे हम टूथब्रश खरीदते हो, टूथपेस्ट खरीदते हो, साबुन खरीदते हो, शैम्पू खरीदते हो, सबकी बिकाई कम होने लगी थी. All companies were complaining that demand has slowed down. The common man does not have enough money. In fact, the CEO of Nestle said something very controversial. He said middle class is dying. Middle class is shrinking. 6 months ago we saw the signs, but today that has come in the numbers that the GDP has slowed down to 5.4%. If you look at what's happening in our economy over the last 1 year, lending has been out of control. What type of lending? Not asset lending. Credit to persons via credit cards, via fintech lending, and all of it has gone to personal consumption. Recently RBI cracked down on these ways of lending, and what has happened as a result is now household debt, जो हम घर में लेते हैं लोन, जो unsecured loan है, वो default होने लग गया है. So हमारी जो personal consumption के लिए हम लोन ले रहे थे, that has now started to creep into the NPAs of banks, and this is just the beginning. You know, after COVID there was pent up demand. No wonder everybody wanted to go out. They were more buying bigger houses. There was luxury items being purchased. वो सब कम हो गया. वो pent up demand चला गया. In fact, थोड़े दिन पहले आपने ये भी देखा होगा कि jobs तो वैसे ही आपको पता है बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है हमारे देश में आज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट में. But पिछले 5-6 साल से there has been no increase in salaries also. ये in fact Indian Express में public report भी आया था, आपने देखा होगा कि लोगों की आय, their income is not increasing at all. It is almost the same as it was 10 years ago. So imagine you are going into debt. मतलब आपका लोन बढ़ रहा है, आप EMI नहीं दे पा रहे हैं अपने, और साथ साथ आपको नई नौकरी नहीं मिल रही है, जॉब नहीं है मार्केट में, और तीसरी तरफ से आपके जो नौकरी है उसमें भी आपकी सैलरी बढ़ नहीं रही है, इन्फ्लेशन के हिसाब से बढ़ नहीं रही है. और जहां तक सरकार का सवाल है, as far as central government goes, पहली बार हमारी हिस्ट्री में जो पर्सनल इनकम टैक्स पेयर्स है उनसे जितना इनकम टैक्स रेवेन्यू वसूल किया जाता है वो कॉर्पोरेशन से ज्यादा किया सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने. सो द अमाउंट ऑफ मनी वी कलेक्टेड फ्रॉम कंपनीज became less than what we collected from individuals for the first time 4 years ago, and since then it has only gone up. In fact, in this year up till now corporate taxes are up 1.2% year on year in terms of how much money we have collected. Only 1.2% corporate taxes have grown. That is the income tax that companies pay us. Whereas GST is up 12% year on year collection, and income tax, that is personal income tax that you and me pay, income tax pays pay, is up by 20%. So who is funding the government today is the individual taxpayer, not companies. 5 years ago, when the tax rate of the companies was reduced, from then till now, tens of lakhs of crores have been lost by this government in tax revenues. And it has reached a point now where it's the middle class taxpayer of this country who is actually funding this country's government's tax revenue. It is actually happening because companies are not paying as much tax as they used to.